Hey there, this is Pastor Dave with Fellowship Baptist Church right here in Columbus, Ohio. And this is Pimple Pete. Yep, he's our guest today. It's actually a game we're going to be playing in a little bit when we do the battle between boys versus girls. But this is FBC Kids Virtual Worship, and it's time to get started. Well, thank you, Mr. Bobblehead. I love my coffee. Good day to you. Hey, boys and girls, and welcome to Gobbledygoo. It's the planet I live on. That was actually one of the questions somebody asked. What planet do you live on? I live on Gobbledygoo, and I'm so excited to be with you again. Thank you for all your emails. They've been really, really good. All right. I want to answer a lot of questions today. And I'm going to look right over here. Let me set this down. Let me see. All right. It looks like... The next question we had today is, what all do you eat? I guess they're saying, what kind of foods do you eat? Let me see. Hold on. Let me grab this one here. Yes. Now I know this is more like a drink. Let me go ahead and see. This is my soy sauce. I love it. I like to drink it when I'm watching TV. That's right, we have TV too. But it's probably my favorite drink. Not Coca-Cola or Pepsi or even Mountain Dew. Or I really like this one. But what is my favorite food? Let me get that. It's actually... there he is. That's right. I love frosting. I just dip my finger in there and eat that frosting up. Very good. So, Piper, you asked me the question, what all do you eat? I like to eat stuff like this. I know it's kind of gross, but I really like it. and I know Dakota and his family asked the question, what kind of things do you snack on during this time when, well, I guess because we all have a lot of time on our hands. Do you eat a lot of snacks? And does it make you feel better? Well, I think everybody feels better when they eat snacks. What types of food do you like? Well, these, but I got another one. I like to get healthy. There it is. Yep, gravy. And sometimes I mix them all together. It's pretty good. You got to try it sometime. Drink your soy sauce, your frosting, and then down some gravy. So, now, there's another question here. Let me get over here. Yes. Looks like this question comes from Andrew. What's your mom and dad's name? Well, on my planet, my mom and dad, they weren't given a name until they were a lot older. They were Blue and Green. My mom was Blue, so they just called her Blue. And Dad was just called Green. How weird is that? So I just call them Mom and Dad. And for whatever reason, I was one of the first ones in my family to actually get a real name. Yep, Leonard. Pretty cool, huh? Let's go back over here. Let's see here. Yeah. Woo. That's an interesting question. Wait, give me a second. They asked the question, who is my favorite pastor on earth? There he is. Yep. Some of you call him Pastor Dave. And he is my favorite. This is a picture when he was at Vacation Bible School. Yeah, and that is the truth. He is so much fun. I heard he has a brother, but he's a pastor too. But my favorite pastor in all the world is this guy right here. Chloe asked the question, do you enjoy VBS? I really enjoy Vacation Bible School. And my favorite pastor, Neil, is Pastor Dave. Well, enough about that. I gotta go. I want you to know to keep sending your letters in and don't stop emailing me. We'll see you guys next time, okay?
So last time we were together, we were talking about David in 1 Samuel chapter 17. Well, we actually started in chapter 16. And we learned that David was anointed as king. And then David killed Goliath, which is historic. It was biggest battle known to man because of the size of Goliath. But the story continued. Because David not only was now the king, and Saul didn't know just yet, but David also was awarded something very special, an opportunity to come to a really big party, a party at Saul's palace. And at that party, you could see the jealousy in the face of Saul because Saul heard the people talking and they were saying, Saul has killed his thousands, but David has killed his tens of thousands. That didn't sit too well with King Saul. And he started getting really angry and really jealous. And he didn't care what was told to him by the man of God, Solomon, that he was no longer king. He didn't care that he was no longer in the position to be reverenced as king by God himself. He wanted to continue on in the kingdom and being king. He was so persistent, which reminds me of this bird. He keeps on flying into the window. Yeah, it's a red cardinal. And he's been hitting this window for 2 days now. He thinks the window's open, but he don't realize all he's doing is hurting himself because the window is already closed. It closed a couple of days ago. See, the same thing was with Saul. The window of opportunity for him to continue as king was closed. But all he wants to do is continue trying and trying and trying, basically like this bird, hitting the window over and over and over again. But it's too late. There's a new king in town, and his name's David. I wish it was as simple as David getting into the kingdom. But some things happened that weren't so pleasant because Saul's jealousy and anger, his aggressiveness of hitting that window over and over again, trying to get in the kingdom and stay there, well, it not only hurt Saul, it also started to hurt David, which brings us to our story today. Listen, if you're joining us by way of Facebook, we want you to take a minute right now before we go any further into the Gospel Project and share this video. Share it right now and give us a like because we want as many people to be a part of FBC Kids virtual worship as possible. And the only way to get the word out is with your help. Also, if you're joining us by way of YouTube, share the video on Facebook, on YouTube. We want you to subscribe and hit that bell below. That's right. We need a lot of subscribers so we can get the word out to as many people as possible that the Word of God is real, it's true, and the Gospel Project is going to continue on. No matter what's going on around us in this crazy world, because we know things have gotten really crazy lately. Now, let's continue on with the Gospel Project before we go into anything else. And I appreciate you checking out things with Leonard. You know, a lot of you had questions. Some of you were even worried about Leonard and you emailed him. So make sure you continue to send him emails. Now, with the Gospel Project, today we're talking about that story dealing with Saul. Remember just a minute ago, we saw that bird hitting the window over and over again? And he kind of reminded us of Saul because Saul's like that bird trying to stay in the kingdom and he's trying to make it work. And all he's doing is hurting himself because he's getting jealous and angry and frustrated because, well, David's the next king. And the window of opportunity for him to continue as king has been closed. Now we're going to continue our story. We're in 1 Samuel chapter 24. We were in chapter 16 and 17, and now we're moving forward to chapter 24, and we're going to talk about how David showed mercy to King Saul, because King Saul went crazy. I mean, like, really crazy. At one moment, there was a time where he was throwing a spear at David's head, trying to kill him because he was so angry with him. And the crazy thing is, that's David's father-in-law now. Yeah. Do you know when David killed Goliath, he was celebrated, and not only that, given the hand of Saul's daughter in marriage. So now he's family. Whew. That's a rough family. Can you imagine the family reunions they were having with that kind of discord? Well, it got worse, because now David got out of town. He knew Saul was angry. He knew Saul was frustrated with him. So he knew Saul was even going to kill him. So he got his men together, because David had some what's called mighty men, and they left town. And they were on the run. They were hiding in the wilderness, way in the middle of nowhere, so Saul couldn't find them. Well, somebody leaked word where David was. Saul gets together all his men. 3,000 men, the Bible tells us in 1 Samuel chapter 24. And Saul was so jealous of David, he got these men together just to seek out one guy to kill him, David. But in this journey that took place, during the journey, they had an encounter that was really, really different. It was different in the sense that you would have thought David would have just finished it all and killed Saul, because he had an opportunity. See, David and his men were hiding in the back of a cave. And during this time they were hiding, they had no idea that Saul and his 3,000 men would show up in that particular area of the wilderness. Well, for whatever reason, Saul takes a break and goes inside the cave. While he's in the cave, well, it may have went kind of like this.
The king is in our cave. Well, how in the world did he find us, David? We're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how he got here, but he hates me, and he's been looking for me, and he wants to kill me. David, the men are tired. I mean, really tired. We've been out here in the wilderness in the middle of nowhere for months now. And to be honest with you, we're all getting real tired of eating ramen noodles. And the fact is, we're running out of toilet paper. There ain't any toilet paper hardly left. I just caught Jedediah the other day using a rock and some leaves. You can't live on rocks and leaves when it comes to potty time. We got a problem, David. I had no idea how they were feeling. I didn't know we were out of toilet paper. I'd give them this off my neck. No. That is not sanitary. I'm just trying to help, that's all. I have no idea what you were thinking, but we can't be going to use our garments to clean our, Well, he has to get out of our cave. It's our cave. It's like a man cave. It's our hangout. And if he stays here, then for one, he'll know we're here, and then he'll kill me, because he's so jealous of how, I don't know, my hair, I don't know, but if we don't get him out of here, we're in trouble. You're one of my mightiest men. What do you think? And your men, what do they think we should do? You're right, David. It is our mighty man cave. It ain't nobody gonna take that from us. Not even the king. And if he finds you, he will kill you. That's why you're gonna have to kill him first. Use this. Bop him one good time on the head, and he'll fall dead. I promise you that. I use it all the time for squirrels. Use it on him, and he'll fall dead just like that. Kill him? I'm not a killer. I can't do that. Oh, that's a horrible thing to say. He's still the king. I mean, for now. I've got an idea. I think it'll work, too. And it doesn't require that big club you gave me. Just wait. I'll be right back. I really hope there's no spiders in here. Well, I hate spiders. I hate them. He's here somewhere. But so this spider, and I thought it was going to eat me. If I see that spider before I leave this room, I will absolutely die. He's here. All I have to do is sneak in and get a little piece of his robe. The whole time it was in my pocket. I knew I could get it. Oh, no.
Well, obviously it didn't go exactly like that, but you're kind of getting an idea of the way it did go down. We're going to get more into that and explain it in more detail, a little more clear detail, the way it probably did go down. But before we do that, let's take a moment to look at missions. We call it a missions moment. Check this out.
Hey kids, welcome to Bahay Cbus. We have a lot of kids staying with us here at the orphanage. The youngest is just 3 months old and the oldest is about to turn 16. So in total we have 29 kids living with us right now. We take care of kids who either don't have a family or weren't well cared for in their current families. So we take them in, love on them, take care of them until they find their forever families. Right now we have our summer activities going on. In the mornings the kids go to summer school and then in the afternoon we have fun family activities. Hope you guys can visit soon. Bye kids!
I appreciate Cassie taking the time to give us an update what's going on over in the Philippines with the orphanage. Cassie is with the Gormleys. Cassie Gormley has been working with these kids for a long time, her and her family. And it's even more challenging right now for them because of the coronavirus. Do you realize 572 people in the Philippines have already been diagnosed with the coronavirus? 38 people have already died. Now, that's really serious for them because they have all these kids they need to protect from this virus. So they're trying to keep things clean and safe for the kids, also making sure they're fed and taken care of and all the other needs they may have, and giving them the truth, the gospel, like we're studying, the gospel project. And so it's important for us to pray for them. So take a minute, just like we had a missions moment, take a moment to pray for the Gormleys. Now, let's get back into this story about David and Saul. Here's where we're at. David is right at the feet of Saul. And he had this opportunity, the opportunity to take a knife and kill Saul. But instead, the Bible tells us that he took the knife and he took the end of the robe of Saul and he cut it. He cut that robe and ripped off that piece of fabric, shoved it in his garment or his pocket, and put his knife away. Now, this knife is really cool. It's actually from Israel. A street called straight. It's a very old knife, but it's probably very, very similar to the knife that David carried with him. But David didn't use the knife. No, not to kill Saul. He just took a piece of his robe, shoved it in his pocket, and waited for this opportunity. And the Bible says that Saul gathered his men together. And when Saul gathered his men together, Saul began to leave. And this is what happened. Dave came out of the cave. It's David, not Dave. Stood on the edge of the mountain, and he yells out, "My Lord, the king!" Saul turned around, and David knelt as low as he could before the king on his face. And when he did, David says these words, "God handed you over to me today in the cave. I had a chance to kill you, but I showed mercy." And then he showed him this. He said, "I had this very garment put in my hand with a knife that I cut, and it could have been your life in my hand instead, but I spared you." David showed Saul the corner of the robe that he cut off. And then, when Saul heard this, he says, "You are more righteous than me because you have done what good for me. You got good toward me. And in me, I've done the opposite. I've thought evil toward you. I wanted to hurt you. I was so angry and jealous, I wanted to kill you. But you're more righteous than me because you've done good. Me, I've done evil." This is called conviction, when we feel guilty and upset for what we've done because the Holy Spirit, if God lives in you, if you ask Jesus in your life, starts to convict you and make you realize you're not doing good. And that's where Saul is. He realized, I've messed up. David is a good man. He lovingly showed mercy toward me when he had the opportunity to kill me. May God reward you for your kindness. Saul was so humble now. His jealousy is gone. He's no longer angry. And he says to David as he picks him up, "May God reward you for your kindness." Saul realized something very important. Saul realized that David was the king, the true king. And he knew David would be the king of Israel, and no longer would he be able to reign. And he accepted it. What a merciful guy David was. When his men rallied behind him and said, "Kill him," David says, "No, I'm going to show mercy. I'm going to make a point that I could have killed him, but instead, I was kind and gracious, just like Jesus is to us." And he did that. And now, we're going to continue our story next time we meet. Next Sunday, that's right, 2 o'clock, FBC Kids Worship, virtual worship. We don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. So, before we go, we need to do a boys versus girl battle. We want to introduce you to a new game that you can play with your family, and we're going to do that right now.
All right, it's time for the battle between the boys and the girls. Obviously, we're men. Well, I am. I'm a man. So, Mike, what are you doing?
It's so awkward.
I know. I'm sorry. He is awkward. He's not like a little girl. All right, that's okay, because we have 2 girls, and we're going against you guys. So this game is called Pimple Pete. And Pimple Pete is a disgusting game, because Pimple Pete is right here, and he has these zits in his face, right? And go ahead and feel that. So that's it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the pimple, and you're gonna pull the pimple. But here's the way it works. I'm gonna set this over here. Take his head off here. Pimple Pete, you spin, and wherever it lands is the part of his face. You pick his pimple. And then, all right, you with me, Zoe? All right, so you're gonna pull on that. If you pull too hard and the zit doesn't come out, I know this is disgusting. This is a good family game though. Then it's gonna spray on you, and then you lost your chance, and then it goes to one of the guys. First team to 7 wins. How do you get points? Well, the pimple you see here, ladies and gentlemen,
Depending on, yes.
This one has a 1 on it.
Yes, a 1. It goes up to 3. So the bigger the pimple, the more points you get, but they're more difficult to pop. Do everybody get that?
Yes.
Zoe, you with me? All right, so Annie's gonna go first. By the way, this is Mike. This is Awana Game Master here in Columbus, Ohio at Fellowship Baptist Church. Annie is part of our youth department. Also, she is part of us ministry, so is Zoe. And I know you've helped with the worship team some, but all right, here we go. You ready, Zoe? Why are you so nervous back there? It's just zits, just popping zits. All right, spin it, spin it. Here we go, here we go. And you're popping from this side. Any zit on that side, go ahead. Ready? I'm gonna hold it tight.
Oh Lord, help me. Don't push it.
Oh, it's a 3. All right, hold on to that zit. Mikey.
Oh, you hit your finger.
So disgusting. All right, this side of his face, you ready?
All right.
Be brave. Whoa, what'd you get us, Mike?
I'm guessing it's a 2.
A 2. All right, Zoe, come on over here. All right, you ready? Spin the wheel.
What is it?
All right, this side of his face. Right over there. Ooh, weak. What's your score?
I think a 1.
A 1. Here I go.
Oh, you're
Ready?
Yes.
Poppin' zits here, peeps. Wait. Come on. Yeah! Look at here. Pimple Pete, what do I got? 3. So what do you have? 3. And what do you have? So yeah, I'll have
4 to 5.
4 to 5. Who has 5?
We do.
We do. Okay. All right. Here you go. Annie, come on over here. Let me hold it this way so we can go spin it.
Come on. Ooh, up in that forehead. Get by that temple.
Go ahead. Oh, that was the easy one. Low points. What is it?
Yeah,
1 point. So what's our score?
5 to 5.
All right, Mikey.
All we need is a 2. Come on.
What is it? Oh, up in here.
All right. So now it's Zoe's turn. Now, folks, if you are playing the game, you have to reset with this little syringe on the back. You put the water in so it sprays out his nose. Zoe, you ready? Okay, be brave. Spin it.
Come on.
All right. And it is right here in this region.
Get that cheek. Get in there. Cheek. Get that cheek. Get in there.
Yeah.
How many points did you lose?
3, isn't it?
I'm guessing 3. 3.
Yeah, 3. You lost 3 points. So what's the score right now?
2 to 4.
4.
We have 4?
To 2.
All right. Now it's my turn. So just a heads up, the way we're playing this game is every time you pull one, like I said, you get either 1 point, 2 point, or 3 points, depending on how difficult it is to pull. And the way we're playing this is if you pull one and it shoots out on you, that amount that you pulled is deducted from your total points. It's a little twist to the game. It's not actually in the rules that way. So, point update, because they pulled one and it sprayed them, I think twice, didn't it? Just once? Just once, lost some points, which brought you down to 2. And we are at
5.
5.
No, 4.
4, because we did.
4 points.
Because he did lose a point. We had 5, and then he pulled the wrong one, and we lost 1. All right, here we go. Spin. And I don't know, is that the forehead or the upper? It's right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a sense. You're going to get blasted.
No, I won't.
You're going to get blasted.
No, I won't.
You're going to get blasted. Get blasted.
No, I won't.
You're going to get blasted.
No, I won't.
You're going to get blasted.
How much is that?
That is, it's a 3. It's a 3.
Oh, so it's 3 to 1 now.
It's 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Yeah, it's 2 to 1. All right. We're ready to go. Spin it, and let's see where you're at.
And you have...
All of us keep on getting negatives, losing points here. All right, you're in this upper region here. Well, you could pick, and you could either pick the forehead then. If it says there's nothing there, you can pick another area, it says. All right.
Aim it at her.
and-
Aim it at her. Aim it at her.
Be careful.
I don't even know how to. All right, what's your score?
2.
2.
So now we have
Why were you so aggressive? All right, 2.
I'm scared.
All right, Mike's turn. Here we go. What's the score?
4-1.
4-1. 4-1. All right, upper head. Careful, Mikey.
Go aggressive.
No, careful, Mike. Careful, careful, careful. Just like when you were a teenager, popping those. Mike, what do you got?
2.
2. That brings us up to
3.
3, 2, 3, 4. All right, always. All right.
Why don't we
so-
just go free for all from this point on?
Really?
Why? Because it's open. Why not?
It's why, all right, free for all, because no spinning, because we lost so many on the upper head. All right, ready? Pick any one you want. Oh, come on, that was so easy. What's your number? A 1. That brings you up to 5 to 2. All right.
Oh, you got 3?
3, fool.
All right, ready?
It's your turn now.
My turn.
You don't even spin it. Just grab a
Yeah,
Pimple.
because there's not many left.
Be as aggressive as you can.
Just so gentle. And we got a 3, which brings us to
6.
6.
Is that right?
Is that right?
Okay. 'cause you keep
The
punching
biggest
your
challenge of this game is just keeping track of your score.
Well, especially when you have me counting.
Yeah. Well, we did add the negative. So if you pulled one and it popped on you and exploded, then you lost those points, whatever it said. So, all right, let's do this. You ready? Oh, now it's Annie's up. Go ahead, Annie. You can pick any one because we're not spinning anymore. It's your choice. Careful, 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 careful. And she had a winner. It's a 2, which that's your score is 6. It's 6 to 6.
For the win. Come on.
All right, so you only have 2 choices.
3.
Oh, is there 3?
3.
Okay. No, you can't. Yeah, there is 3. Okay. Ready?
Oh, come on. Feel that pressure.
What do you got, Mike?
It doesn't matter. As long as we pull
It doesn't
one
matter
out.
because we won.
Yeah.
So, you know what that means? Y'all are losers.
What? I think it's trying to fall. It hurt.
It looks like the boys won the battle this time. Girls won the battle last week because I kept on messing up the game. That's it, folks. Hey, don't forget, tune in. Make sure you're tuning in for Awana because FBC Kids Virtual Awana takes place every Wednesday night at fbc.family. That's right. Click, watch, make sure you're a part of it. That takes place every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Every Sunday, FBC Kids Virtual Worship takes place at 2 o'clock. Don't miss out. We'll see you next time.